I read somewhere that everybody on this planet is separated by only 6 other people. 6 degrees of separation.
You can stream the entire LA TheaterWorks catalog of plays. Find out more at streaming.latw.org.
This play is sponsored by the California Civil Liberties Public Education Program, a state-funded grant project of the California State Library.
You know Abby, no rest for the wicked. Can I take a message? Okay, congratulations. Anything else? Right. 3 exclamation points. I'm dotting them now. Bye. Abigail Gersten's office. Oh, hey, Mr. B. The flowers were here this morning. Yes, I know Abby wanted to call and thank you. Oh, sure, she took them right in. I'll sure let her know you called, okay? Bye. Mr. Cooper, was it?
Professor, but Mr. is fine if you prefer.
The appointment was when? Because I sure don't have it in my book. And Abigail Gersten's office. Oh, hi, Ron. How are you? Yeah, the woman sure throws some heat, don't she? Oh, no, I watched it from the comfort of home. Thank God for court TV. Yeah, she's here, but she's all tied up. I'll make sure to... Uh-huh. Yeah. Describe him. Hang on, I'll put you through. Abby, it's Ron. Says it's urgent. Believe him.
Was that by any chance Mr. Fallows of the American Civil Liberties Union?
Yes, it was.
There you are. I believe he is making the appointment for me.
Oh.
It's perhaps a little unusual to arrive for an appointment before it's actually made.
Not in pro bono, no. Let him congratulate the voicemail.
Forgive me, I insist on punctuality, a touch of grease to the gears of society, and yet one doesn't want to lecture, so I try to set a quiet example, let others take what lesson they will.
That's very civil. I wish more people were like you.
So do I, miss, so do I. May I ask, I'm afraid you have the advantage of me.
Excuse me?
You know my name, but I don't know yours.
Oh, I'm Stefanie.
Well, hello, Stefanie. Are you a lawyer as well?
Just a secretary.
Not just.
I am studying for my degree.
There you are. My instincts are infallible. And do you enjoy working for Mrs. Gersten?
Oh, yeah. You'll like Ms. Gersten, too. Smart woman. Kind of bowls you over sometimes. Maybe you saw her.
From the East Coast, yes?
And she never lets you forget it. Weather? This isn't weather. You know the thing. Like there's something wrong with it being sunny all the time.
Why don't they just go back where they came from?
Right? I keep saying, okay, you like the cold, you like the snow. They got plenty in New York to go around, but here she is.
I think they enjoy being contrary. Part of the culture out there.
Well, when you get to know Abby, you'll see she's happiest when she's got an issue.
And they talk so fast. Sometimes I think I should tape record them and then replay them at a comprehensible speed.
It's like they're all afraid someone's going to come along and stop them from talking, so they have to get it out now. I'm like, Abby, slow down. This is California. People come here to relax.
And they wave their arms so. Have you noticed that? Everything is punctuated with a gesture. The hands up by the ears. You're afraid they'll lose control.
It's colorful.
And potentially life-threatening. You ask a question and duck.
Well, different strokes, you know. I like visiting New York. Everything's so jazzed up. It's like everybody's 10 minutes late for something.
You enjoy it? I find that kind of bustle just a little wearying.
I know a lot of people who feel that way.
The noise, the dirt, they really don't mind dirt, you know? I can't understand that.
It's not that they don't mind.
And
it's
all that talk about money, they grub after it like pigs in slop. It's just, well, it's tiring. Don't you agree?
She's off the phone now.
She is? Excellent. Would you mind letting her know that I'm here?
You must be Mr. Cooper.
I must be.
You know that I'm Jewish?
Of course. I insisted on it.
Conspiracy to deprive others of their civil rights, conspiracy to destroy federal property, conspiracy to subvert the lawful government. Impressive. The last person the government treated this way was John Wilkes Booth.
Did he win his case?
I thought you fancied yourself an historian.
Amateur only. Professionally, I teach engineering. My field is timber stress analysis.
Excuse me?
In layman's terms, how much stress a piece of wood can stand. We apply pressure to various kinds of timber, thicknesses, plies, dimensions. We wait for it to splinter. Fascinating.
Sounds it. On the 12th of this month, federal agents served you with a warrant.
Served. One imagines a silver tray.
For all your mailing lists and phone records targeting donors and subscribers to your newsletter.
The Journal of Independent Inquiry.
Whatever.
It's done on computer now. Glossy paper, stitched bindings. It's very nice.
Whatever. The warrant describes a confidential informant that can link you to neo-Nazi and racist organizations.
So they say. I was shocked.
Yes. So this is the issue. By seizing these lists, the government is violating your right to free association and free speech under the First Amendment, as well as your rights against unlawful search and seizure under the Fourth. We'd have to start then by filing a motion to quash the warrant and return the lists.
What about damages?
I'm not interested in enriching you, Mr. Cooper. If that's what
But they
you want,
broke my door.
What?
They broke my door down. Didn't even knock. And they knocked a mirror off my bureau. It should have been attached to the wall somehow, but I never managed it. There you are, an expert on wood, and I'm reduced to stupefaction by a hammer.
We could probably get something for your door.
Am I to understand that you are taking the case?
No, you are not. Now tell me about these mailing lists. Who's on them?
Interested parties, other researchers, a few libraries. We're proud of that.
Criminal organizations?
There's the B'nai B'rith.
I was thinking more along the lines of the Ku Klux Klan, actually. The Order? The Posse Comitatus?
Not ringing any bells.
National Socialist Party of America? No. National Socialist Bund? White Knights of Teutonic America?
I'd have to look at the lists. And of course, now I can't.
You didn't keep copies?
They took the copies. They took everything. That's why I'm in a bit of a bind.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're saying you incite people to violent acts. That's ridiculous.
My thoughts exactly.
You can't be held responsible for other people's illegal behavior just because you have unpopular ideas.
I agree.
Shutting down free expression is far more dangerous to the country than anything you might do.
Exactly. These, in fact, are the very ideas they find so dangerous. I argue against censorship. I agitate for open debate.
Mr. Cooper.
I argue that we should not be afraid of the truth.
Mr. Cooper, what you do is deny the Holocaust ever happened.
In a manner of speaking,
No,
but
not
if you actually
in a manner of
read...
speaking, in fact, and at length. You say it didn't happen. You attack anyone who says it did, meaning everyone who is not totally illiterate or one of your friends. It's why you're in so much trouble. I don't see what purpose is served by evading it.
I do not evade, nor do I deny. I confront.
Do not start.
I am not starting anything you did. You misconstrued my work, and I must respond. I do not deny the Holocaust. You can only deny something that is proven fact, which is prejudging the whole affair, isn't it? And the term Holocaust itself is so laden with politics, we in the movement prefer the more neutral term, extermination story.
I am not interested in word games.
No. Language is a means of control, surely. You know that. For example, consider the term death camp. It's completely fictional, invented by propagandists. For the sake of illustration, take Auschwitz.
Look at that door.
Ms. Gersten?
The door. How far away do you think it is? You're an engineer, figure it out. How far is that door from the desk?
I would say a rough estimate, 12 feet.
Good enough. Let's say, for the sake of illustration, that for every concentration camp you mention in my presence, you move one step closer to that door.
Auschwitz has 3 separate subcamps. Does it count as 1 or 3?
I just counted it as 4 more.
And that leaves me with 7. Is this just for today,
From
or
now
are we going...
on, let me be very, very clear about something.
All right.
Even if I do take your case, you will not be my client.
No?
No. My client will be the First Amendment. I am interested in defending it through you. I do not approve of what you do, to put it politely. But we can't afford to wait until attractive people are persecuted.
That was very polite.
If I help you, you will do what I tell you to do in court and out of it. And you will not say a word about concentration camps, the Holocaust, and the international Jewish conspiracy to fluoridate the water. Okay?
You're telling me not to speak.
Exactly.
Much like the government.
Let me put it this way. We might be willing to defend your right to say what you want to whomever wants to hear it. But I do not, and neither will the court. So I would appreciate it if you would keep your very legal ideas to yourself. Is that finally understood?
Bless them that persecute you. Bless and curse not. Romans 12.
You're a religious man?
Not especially, no.
But you agree then to keep your ideas to yourself.
If that's your personal preference, of course, I will respect it.
Thank you.
I have never sought to impose my ideas on anyone.
Be sure to mention that in court.
Unlike other certain parties I could name.
You could name them, but you won't.
No, of course not.
I'll let you know. Stefanie, I'm recording this at about 1 p.m. Could you pull up these cases for me? Brandenburg versus Ohio, Rosenfield versus New Jersey, Brown versus Oklahoma, and Lewis versus New Orleans 1 and 2. All U.S. Supreme Court. And some coffee, please. And a sandwich. And some aspirin. And some room freshener.
Hi, I'm sorry, but there was no one out there.
Oh, right. It's on the desk, I think.
What is?
Rapid Rabbit Runners.
Oh, I'm afraid I can't help you with any of these papers.
You're not the courier?
No, ma'am, I'm your 2 o'clock appointment.
Oh. You're with the government?
Yes, ma'am.
The grown-up government?
The very one, Adam Ryberg, U.S. Attorney's Office.
Wow. Sorry. It's just that I expected someone.
Oh, I've got a law degree and everything. Ink's still wet, though.
My apologies. I'm Abby Gersten. Please have a seat.
Oh, I know. Of course I know. Your summation the other day, I watched the whole trial. I had to tape it, but still. Today, it falls to you to be the law. It was like, what, a movie? I heard music swelling.
I didn't.
I've sat and watched that tape 6 times. I can practically litigate along, but I still can't figure out how you got that guy off.
I appealed to their common sense.
Common sense called for a public stoning.
No. Anger, maybe. But the jury wanted to be something better than angry. People like to think that when the moment comes, when they have to choose between doing what's right and what's easy, they'll choose the right.
Ah, and you kindly point out what that might be.
Naturally. And I make it easy for them. That way they get both and everybody goes home happy. Now, what can I do for you, Mr. Ryberg?
Oh, what a question. What can Abby Gersten do for me? Wow. All right, let me go with the obvious. Teach me.
Teach you?
If you ask me all the other stuff about us Jews, the cliched qualities, the achievements in medicine, the law, of course, television, comedy, what have you, that's all fine. But what really sets us apart is our love of learning. For us, the highest among us are our scholars. It's why we survived these many years, I think. We learn, we adapt, we survive. I like to think even the worst day is worth living through if I've learned something.
That's admirable.
The thing is, and I'm a little embarrassed to admit it, but I'm young, I can't pretend to understand the world just yet. I don't understand how you could even consider representing that monster.
Which monster are we talking about? I meet so many in the course of a day.
He's so fubsy, isn't he? All elbow patches and pocket protectors, sort of like C. Kyle Mr. Chips.
What's this? The federal boys send you over? They think I'll be bowled over by your boyish charm?
No, ma'am.
Glad to hear it. You lay it on a little thick.
Oh, sorry, but that's not what I meant. I mean, no one sent me. I'm leading the case.
You're...
An assistant United States attorney.
You're kidding.
There was an opening, I applied. So did you 2 talk?
If you really did attend law school, then you know that that's privileged information.
I'm not asking what you said. I'm asking if you met him. I guess you did.
I work for the ACLU from time to time, as you seem to know. When they ask me to take a case, I will certainly explore it. Beyond that, I don't think it's any of your business.
Ah, so you don't know what he does.
What makes you think that?
Well, if you did, you wouldn't bother exploring, would you? I mean, you're a Jew.
I'm a lawyer.
You're a Jewish lawyer.
You know, you're the second person I've met today to point that out.
Really? Why? Had you forgotten?
Mr. Ryberg, was that a bell I just heard? School's over. Go home.
Oh, no. Study is a lifelong pursuit. So please explain to me why you would defend the interests of a man who, if he got his way, would kill you.
Have you ever met him?
I went with the marshals when they served the warrant, but we didn't have a chance to chat.
I don't think he'd actually kill anyone. He sees himself as a very moral man. He quotes the Bible.
Not the Old Testament, I'd wager. Do you know Hitler loved animals? Was a strict vegetarian?
Cooper is not Hitler. He's just a little man with some very unpleasant ideas.
So what was Hitler until people began to listen to him?
Whatever he is, he's a citizen, which means that his rights may not be abrogated.
We believe that he is the center of a vast criminal conspiracy of hatred. And if we prove it, like I think we can, what we may do to him is limited only by the imagination of Congress, which has lately taken a turn for the Gothic.
A criminal conspiracy? Until you and your stormtroopers broke his door down, nobody had ever heard of him.
Not quite. We have a list.
Yeah, I know, and there's some grave problems with how you got it.
Not that list. Mr. and Mrs. Bernard Shafransky, both death camp survivors, accosted by skinheads inside their home. Roughed up a little, but they've had worse. Vival Dalgish, little Indian girl. That's Indian with a turban, about 16, beaten up in Portland. And all the perpetrators were very big fans of your harmless little friend. What's that book of his, the really amazing one?
The Great Deception.
It keeps popping up in cellars, back rooms, survivalist camps. Here, Europe, all over Germany, where it's banned. Some of the copies are highlighted, dog-eared, pages stuck together. And they say kids don't read nowadays.
I support, swift prosecution of hate crimes. But you can't hold Cooper responsible just because they read his book.
Yes, we can.
How?
Oh, I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to say.
This would be your confidential informant.
Very sensitively placed, protected for his or her own safety.
Of course. So basically, you've revoked a man's constitutional rights because of an anonymous accusation.
We don't think that the Constitution presents an obstacle in this case.
Of course you don't. You're the government. Now let's...
How many did you lose?
I don't quite...
During the war?
My parents were born here, but they had some cousins in Poland. I've seen their letters, some pictures, but that shouldn't be part of...
All my grandparents are survivors. They met in the refugee camps. They tend to marry each other. They say that no one else can understand. They all had families before the war, but nobody else survived. And the families back then, they were big. Aunts, uncles, cousins. Why is it? Why does this man and people like him attack us through our memory? And why are we so vulnerable there? You know the story of Samson, his hair? The rabbis asked, what does this text mean? What it is about his hair, of all things, that gives us strength? The time it takes to grow it. The particular past of the individual or the people. It's like I said, we Jews, we learn from the past. We change, we adapt. Our past is our strength, no matter how horrible, no matter if it's drowned in blood. That's why language, words like stormtrooper, for example, are so important for us. We know not to use them lightly. Attack our past or aid that attack, and you attack us. So what are you going to do?
Mr. Ryberg, you're young. You don't have much experience in the law yet, so you don't quite trust it. Me, I don't trust anything else, especially the enthusiasm of youth. I will defend Mr. Cooper's rights under the law. Once I do that, he can go hang himself.
But that's against the law.
Maybe, but it's not my area.
You know what they were thinking, your cousins, as they were being herded into the chambers and the doors were screwed shut? They were thinking, this can't be happening. It's against the law. And here's the irony. You'll appreciate this. They were wrong. It was perfectly legal.
If there had been real law then, if people had the courage to stand up and be unpopular, then it might...
Oh, I finally understand. Thank you. You've taught me what the real danger is, the real issue here is. Being unpopular. What you say to yourself, well, maybe I won't get invited to the testimonial dinners like I used to, but what's that next to principle? Well, it's so thrilling in an Atticus Finch kind of way. Not easy at all. Oh, so you go ahead. You do what you think is noble. Who am I that I should take away your chance to feel good about yourself? You know, another thing I've learned, I think experience is overrated. It dulls your sense of justice.
When I decide what to do,
Yes.
I'll be sure to let you know.
Oh, no need. These things have a way of getting around.
It smells in here.
Like what?
Sweat, wool, Old Spice.
Eau de clientele. I'm busy.
You're throwing darts.
I'm busy throwing darts.
The last time you threw darts was when the partners voted to represent that tobacco company.
Is that so?
We could hear it in the lunchroom. I think that's what made them change their minds. All those dry, sharp thunks.
Something I can help you with?
What do you call it when a busload of lawyers goes off a cliff with one empty seat?
What?
A tragedy. The empty seat, that's the tragedy, not the bus. I didn't tell it right.
Of course. It was your inflection.
So how did it go with the Nazi?
Fine. It's fun to meet someone who actually believes in something, for once. Ugh, I broke it. I didn't know you could break a dart.
What did you guys talk about?
The usual. Prior restraint, Auschwitz.
You read him the riot act.
I was quite firm.
And he ranted and raved and spit on your shoes, and you called security and had him thrown out.
He was quite reasonable. Thanked me, told me he'd wait for my decision. Then he went off to some kind of meeting, hardly foamed at the mouth at all.
The scumbag. I got another joke.
From what fell recess do these come?
People post them by the coffee pots, so you lawyers won't ever see them.
Clever.
Why didn't the man-eating shark eat the lawyer?
Because she was a woman. This is what lawyers are supposed to do, you know. Stand up for what's right, face to the wind, fend off the brickbats. What is a brickbat anyway? Is it a brick or a bat?
You're not going to take the case.
The government's concocted these conspiracy charges out of fear and cobwebs. Anonymous sources, he says, can't be revealed at this time. And in the meantime, they've got his records. It's outrageous.
So you think he's a victim?
A witch hunt is a witch hunt, even if he really is a witch.
Then why are you throwing darts?
How do you get to Carnegie Hall?
Huh?
That's a problem with you young comedians. No sense of tradition. Would you do it?
What?
Take this case.
It's not the same for me. It's not personal.
It's personal for me?
It isn't.
Okay. Say it's the Ku Klux Klan. Would you or wouldn't you?
I'm not a lawyer.
You will be.
No, I wouldn't.
Then maybe you shouldn't be one. I'm not sorry I said that.
I didn't wonder if you were.
You know how many resumes we get every day. I am very interested in corporate tax law. I am excited by the prospect of working in contract litigation. My mother lulled me to sleep with contract litigation. All that greed draped in such pathetic lies. You want to burden this poor world with another lawyer. You'd better have very good reasons.
You know my reasons. I came to you for a job because of my reasons.
I gave you one because of them.
I was in awe.
I noticed. You knew all my cases, even the ones I lost.
And what did I tell you?
That if you had been working for me, I wouldn't have lost them.
Damn straight. What else?
Something like, you had never thought that the law had anything to do with justice.
And?
This feels like a trial.
To you, everything does.
And that I showed that there was justice in the law, buried, and it could be, how did you put it? Extracted.
Saved.
Yes. It was inspirational.
And it's all a lie because I won't defend the Klan?
You think they have no right to justice.
They can have their justice. They just can't have me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be insensitive.
Don't go expressing solidarity now. I'm a Shikska, remember? Or is it Schwarzer?
Both. Were you ever persecuted? Personally?
I grew up in Orange County in the 70s. Somebody down there burned a cross, white people just say neat and roast weenies on it. But my mother has stories from when she was a kid in Alabama. In the South, if you're black, you get called by your first name no matter what. My grandfather, biggest man you ever saw. I remember sitting in his hand. Any white cracker asshole gets to call him Billy. Sorry, I didn't mean to be insensitive.
Of course not.
Anyway, my mom says the one thing she remembers strong is not being able to say no to white folk. Lie if you have to, even if the thing is stupid or impossible or both, but don't say no. If you do, word gets around. You're an uppity nigga, and you don't get work, or nobody comes to your store, or whatever.
I've met your mom. I never noticed that particular limitation.
She didn't say no growing up. She's sure making up for it now. Her folks wanted her to stay in Alabama. She said no, came to California with my daddy. My daddy says, I want my woman in the house. So she says, no, I want an education. Picked us up, one under each arm, and walked out. First time a woman said no to my daddy his whole life. He still ain't over it. Somebody do it again to him, he just, what's that word?
Plots.
That. So he's smart now. He never asks us questions. Mom says, there's nothing you can do about some people, except say no. You've always got the right to turn your back.
Not if you're a lawyer.
Which is why she doesn't want me to be one. Says lawyers make their money from other people's problems.
Problems happen. We help solve them.
Shit happens too, doesn't mean it has to be you cleaning it up, says my mom.
If everyone felt like your mom, we'd be knee-deep in no time. The motion is simple. One hearing, boom, the warrant is voided, Cooper crawls back under his rock.
Or you could call him up and tell him, sorry, you plumb forgot to explain. You only represent human beings.
Then I'd be just like him.
You'd smell better. Come on, practice with me. No. No.
I can't.
It's simple. Put your tongue up right behind your teeth there and push. No.
I filed the motion an hour ago. I couldn't wait. Every hour they've got the lists is a loss for us.
Us?
The hearing is in 3 weeks.
Well, I guess I'd better open a file then.
It will be quiet and clean and quick. I promise. If it's Cooper, I'm not here. If it's Ryberg, tell him I'll see him in court.
Miss Gersten's office, can I help you? She's in a meeting right now. May I take a message? Really? I mean, hello. Wow, you sound just like you. I watch your show all the time. Yeah, hang on, I'll see if she's free. Maybe it will at least be quick.
Please. No, please. Please. I have agreed to take a few of your questions in an orderly manner, yes. It is not a matter of condoning it. It is a matter of protecting his right to say it. It seems very simple to me. What? You'll have to ask him yourself. No, I will not. I am not his agent. The law is very clear. You can't violate someone's First Amendment rights unless that person is engaged in criminal behavior. And being obnoxious is not yet criminal, which is why all of you people are free to walk the streets. What? What does that have to do with anything? I do not believe that my personal beliefs, religious beliefs, are relevant to my work in the law. Now, I have a question for you. How did you find out about this?
So he can see me? Okay, should I look at the camera? Fine, right, I'm ready. Thank you, Larry. Yes, Larry, ink's still wet, though. Now, we have some charts here. Mr. Cooper is the spider in the web, as it were, of a vast network of racists, anti-Semites, and radical terrorists. We look forward to revealing the exact nature of these relationships in testimony. Yes. No, I'm sorry, but I can't reveal our source at this time. That would be murder. Some people might say that this is a Jewish problem. They couldn't be more wrong. This chart illustrates specific racism-motivated attacks in the last 2 years and their connection with Cooper. Here, the victim, the accused or convicted attackers, works by Cooper found in the attacker's possession. He is their philosopher, their Robespierre, although I don't think most of them would understand the reference.
Socrates, Galileo, Sir Thomas More, Tyndall, all punished because their truths were unacceptable to the orthodoxy. I ask you, who am I that the government would try so hard to silence me? Could it be that they are afraid that someone might listen to what I have to say? That is my question. What is yours? Oh, William Tyndale, Tyndale. He was the first to translate the Bible into English. They burned him at the stake. Yes? No, not at all. I am not in the least anti-Semitic, whatever that means. In fact, I feel that I'm doing the Jewish people a great service. I bring them the news that their co-religionists didn't die after all. I don't understand why that makes them so upset. Yes? Well, it's not surprising that he would say something like that. Noah Gomrowitz and his fellow exterminationists have a vested interest, as it were, in their version of the story. Compare his book sales to mine and draw your own conclusions. You there in that lovely jacket. Oh, that's simple. Many of the Jews allegedly killed actually emigrated to the United States, the New York area. Well, have you ever been there? Would anyone notice a few thousand more? No, I'm very serious. Don't I sound serious? No, ask away. I've got all day.
I'm not enjoying my job right now. I'm considering a change of career. I'm thinking of becoming a homicidal maniac.
If what the government is doing is wrong, then the people have a right to know.
I happened to glance at Nightline the other night as I was stropping my knives, and I noticed you didn't have a lot to say about the government.
Well,
you had a number of interesting notions regarding gas chambers, though.
They ask me questions. I try to answer them. It's simple courtesy.
Next time, why don't you just shoot yourself? That would be courteous.
Do you mean that I should not exercise my rights to free speech?
Let's talk about rights. Let's talk about America. This country is legislated by its gut. You have rights only if you don't make people sick. And every time you speak, you stick a finger down the throat of the body politic.
I have been attacked by thugs in the street. I have had rocks tossed through my window on a regular basis, and I live on the 6th floor. I think I know what it is to be unpopular.
Do you enjoy it? Is that why you said Noah Gomrowitz writes about Auschwitz for the money?
Why do you think he does it?
Stop it. In a popularity contest between you and Noah Gomrowitz, you lose.
Maybe not. We've never had a chance to really go at each other. Who knows what might happen?
I do, Mr. Cooper. That's why I'm trying to avoid it. Every time you speak, you do your own cause incalculable damage.
It seems to me that if you are free to act but do not act because you are afraid of the consequences, then you have no real freedom at all. Do you agree?
You play darts?
Excuse me?
Darts. Popular pub game. Or is it not martial enough for you? I use real sharp points, none of this plastic stuff.
If you like, I could join you in a game.
We'll play to 301 points.
Why not 501?
You're sure of yourself.
You're not?
I do this to calm down. I imagine someone's face on the board. Throw till I can't see them anymore.
What are you imagining now? Ow!
Your turn.
Thank you.
Mr. Cooper, Yikes. Whose face are you imagining?
Nobody in particular.
But a face.
Numbers. Just numbers. Look, 25, 30, 60.
What is it about these numbers that you don't like?
Numbers are simply a tool. No need to get emotionally involved.
For someone who doesn't care about numbers, you spend a lot of time arguing about them.
Not the numbers themselves, what they represent, who came up with them, and why. Is that a double? I can't quite make it out.
Yes, maybe I should be writing this down.
No need. I'll remember.
So you're a theologian. You look at numbers and seek the first cause.
More like the original sin.
What do these numbers represent?
Which?
The ones you throw your darts at?
A lie. A terrible, terrible falsehood that has twisted the course of our history, made us other than what we should have been.
And you're the only one who knows about it?
Oh, no. There are others, not many, but our numbers are growing.
Who?
Now you sound like the government.
I mean, what are they like?
Very much like you and me, although that's not immediately obvious. They have varying levels of economic status, education. Many of them lack professional position, inclined to be suspicious of recognized authority.
Deadbeats.
Skeptics, inquiring minds, free thinkers.
Racists, neo-Nazis, extremists on the right and left.
Do you share all the views of your clients?
If you're not a racist, Mr. Cooper, doesn't it bother you the kind of people who read your stuff?
We take our friends where we find them. Hitler
what?
Hitler mistakenly thought that everyone should follow all of his dictates. So many of Germany's best minds were lost to her in her hour of need.
So if only Hitler hadn't been so close-minded, he would have been acclaimed as the enlightened animal lover he was.
He liked animals? I didn't know that.
Oh, please.
What is exactly the purpose of our little chat, except the friendly competition?
It's not much of a competition the way you're hitting them.
Oh, don't give up. Blood, sweat, and tears and all that.
I want to find out if you really believe what you say.
Why would I say it if I didn't believe it?
Because you're evil.
Do you believe in evil?
I'm a litigator. I believe in opposing interests, the impartial law between them. I can't believe in evil. How would you defend it?
But if I'm not evil, then what am I?
Then you're just crazy.
There is no possibility in your mind that I might be right.
None.
Yet, being simply deranged but sincere, you might deign to defend my rights.
I think so.
Well then, what can I do to convince you that I'm insane?
Just tell me why you do it.
I believe I am speaking the truth, of course.
That's not enough. All of us have our own private beliefs, but most of us are smart enough not to let on.
Oh, I see. The portrait of the artist as a young man. If this is your fee, then I guess I have to pay it. I achieved everything I set out to accomplish at a fairly young age, and looking ahead over what would be the rest of my life, I was quite content. I am blessed by having few social needs, let's say, and I have the long view when it comes to my own happiness. But at the same time, I felt that I couldn't just withdraw from the struggle, as it were. I had time, energy to spare. I felt I could serve a larger purpose. Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, let us use them. If prophecy, let us prophesy in proportion to our faith, or ministry in our ministering, or he who teaches in his teaching. Romans 12.
You quote that a lot.
I have a fondness for primary sources. My chosen subject for my teaching, if you will, was recent history. Why? Because certain widely accepted ideas struck me as discordant, contrary to my sense of the world. I duly consulted the respected authorities, but the more I read, the more my doubts grew. And then I saw it.
What?
The whole facade of the Great Deception, its struts and supports, I saw their method, their goals, the breathtaking audacity of their deception. Why had no one seen this before and named it? I discovered that a few had, a scattering of prophets crying in the wilderness. Their work was marred, though, by certain unscholarly enthusiasms. I saw that here my skills could be of some use. But still, as you say, why speak out? Particularly when there was evidence that some of those before me had paid with their lives. But and this is the heart of the matter, I found that I had no choice because of the sheer injustice of it. The lies that are accepted as truth by so many. The people branded with false guilt, others profiting from false injuries. It weighs upon you. It really does. You can't sleep knowing that there might be one person, one poor terrified soul you could set free. That person haunted me. It's he or she who made me write that book, see it to publication, and endure everything that followed. And I can't tell you how many times since that people have come to me with tears in their eyes and told me that they had been waiting to hear this message all their lives, that they were not wrong at long last to wonder. So, if you require a reason, that is the best I can do. I did it because I had no choice. Another game?
Mr. Cooper's lawyer says we're the bad guys here, not poor, innocent Mr. Cooper. What harm does he do by spreading his lies? It's an important question. To help answer it, we have asked one of the great men of letters of our time, a lifelong champion of memory and conscience, to join this case as a special witness. I believe that he, of all people, will be able to tell us all something about what Mr. Cooper really does. It is my honor to present to you Mr. Noah Gomrowitz.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I have come simply because I felt that in all this public debate about rights and wrongs and free speech, and this is all to the good, that perhaps there should be some discussion of what actually happened. I have made it my life's work to speak of what happened, so, of course, how could I not come? I will be pleased to take your questions.
What? Who let you in here? Yes, I saw the press conference and I have no comment. No. Now get out before I call security.
No, I do not hate him. Once I felt hatred, a consuming fire within me. But fires need fuel, you know. And after so many years, I found that I had been burning myself. I come merely to speak the truth as I know it, as I saw it. Perhaps I can teach him something. I remember as a child in Poland how the fascists would riot in the streets and the government would do nothing for fear of inciting more violence. My father, he would say, it's fine to let them break a few heads as opposed to many. But remember, each of us has only one.
Wait a minute. I do have something to say. I think that by bringing a person of this stature into the case, they are helping Mr. Cooper more than hurting him. No? You'll have to figure it out for yourself.
Well, there are books and there are books. I remember at Buchenwald, they said the commandant's wife had books made of human skin. These books of Mr. Cooper's are each arrows in a wounded heart. Those few of us who survived, we did not do so by skill or by strength or moral superiority, for these things did not exist in the lager. Oh, no. We survived because we discovered a reason to survive, to bear witness, to keep the memory alive. So you must understand that as far as we are concerned, Mr. Cooper is killing us all over again.
No, it's perfectly fine. Always pleased to chat with the Fourth Estate. What? He is? How delightful. I've been challenging him to a debate with me for years. I am certainly looking forward to my day in court.
Well, there was a time, Miss Gersten, right after the war, when I wanted to be a lawyer myself. All those young American military lawyers running about in their jeeps, creating a just state on the ruins of fascism.
Something changed your mind?
I got older. I saw that a lawyer trains his mind only to sell it to the highest bidder.
You make us sound like prostitutes.
Oh, no. It's not the same at all. Higher fees, for one thing. So, then I decided to be a policeman, enforce justice, trade blows for blows. But there too, of course, what is just depends on who is your employer. So, I became a writer. No one pays me anything, and perhaps no one listens, but I may say what I like of right and wrong.
I envy you your freedom.
But we are all free, Miss Gersten. Sometimes people take our freedom from us, but often we just hand it over.
I agree. And many times the reason we give it up is so that somebody we don't like won't have it either.
What are we doing here? If you wanted to make some sort of statement, there are channels...
It's nothing that formal, Mr. Ryberg. The first thing, the important thing really, is to say, Mr. Gomrowitz, what an honor this is to meet you. I read Gehenna in high school. It changed my life.
Obviously not enough.
What I want to do is...
Whatever it is, it's highly irregular, and I'm not sure I can allow it to continue without...
Adam, could you get me perhaps a glass of water?
My assistant can get you some.
Oh, no, let Adam go. He knows just how I like it.
I will be right back.
You know, I've lived in America a long time, and still I'm surprised by your inability to conduct small talk. You know, Adam is young, much energy. But I was barely unpacked before he wanted to go and throw rocks.
For you or at you?
Maybe to him there's no difference. But you and I, Miss Gersten, we're parents, huh? We understand the enthusiasms of children, yes?
I'm sorry, but I don't have any children.
Oh, really? I was shown a tape in a courtroom. You spoke of your child. It was quite recent, I'm sure.
No, that was a hypothetical case.
A pity. No, still, you have better things to do than this mishigas.
Oh, yes.
So, why? There are other lawyers on the street corners, yes?
Well,
what kind of a job is this for a nice Jewish girl?
I'm a nice Jewish girl who believes in certain things. And if you believe something and you don't act on it, then all you are is hypothetical. I don't think I need to explain this to you.
No, but you do. I believe in a warm bed, good food. I believe in seeing my grandchildren. But this, the speeches, the fights, the running around at my age, to any place some stupid teenager paints a swastika. This I do because I have no choice.
Neither do I.
No. This you may think, but no. You're not like me. You walk among the living. You get to do what you want. Don't tell me this is what you want.
I don't want this to go any further, no.
Good. This I hoped for. So, how can we make this not go any further?
Let's wait until everybody's here. It's difficult to explain.
There you are, sir. Did I miss anything?
No.
You folks have everything you need now?
Yes, Stefanie, thank you. Shouldn't you be keeping an eye on things outside?
Ms. Gersten, can I talk to you about something?
Later you can, yes.
It's about your schedule for this afternoon.
Not now.
I thought you might want to make a change, maybe?
No, I don't.
You're sure?
Certain.
I'll be right outside. Call me if anything changes.
Okay, do you have an offer?
In a manner of speaking.
Then it should be just you and me. I don't understand why.
It's not that kind of an offer.
Is he ready to give up the list?
No.
Okay, will he stop publishing? Will he recant?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Who knows? He's an unpredictable fellow.
And in return for this assurance?
Drop the case, give up the lists, leave him alone.
I like your style of negotiation. It saves time. Let's go.
No. Wait. There's some reason to make this request? Some reason we would find convincing?
Yes, thank you. If you'll let me explain. What this is about is how much I respect you, how much everyone respects you. Your stature, though, is a kind of commodity. It has been earned, yes, by you, by your works. But it could be lost, or stolen, or given away.
If you know my works, then you know I'm not someone to care about public opinion.
I applaud you, but Cooper loves it, craves it. Usually the light of day doesn't penetrate down to the sewer where he lives. But we are spreading the sunshine. We're making him a celebrity by fighting over him. You want to hurt him? You want to get him in the heart? Ignore him.
Surely you will realize our objections.
Yes. What he says is hateful, painful. But look, now he's saying it on national television. We put him there. Without this case, he'd still be speaking in a basement somewhere to a bunch of guys who think Kennedy was killed by Gould Meir.
What about his followers? Some of them are plotting genocide. They want to be ignored.
They're just an audience to him. That's why he loves this. You've given him a much bigger, much more respectable audience.
If your intention was to convince us to drop the case, it can't be done.
I know. Not by me, anyway. Stefanie, is he here?
Oh, yes.
Hang on.
Oh, no, you didn't. This is completely unacceptable.
Now listen, I have not coached him or briefed him. He doesn't know what I want from this. If he did, he'd never cooperate. He thinks this is a deposition.
You lied to your own client? You could be disbarred.
This is not about practicing law. This is about doing what's right. You'll understand when you're older.
Oh.
None of you would have ever agreed to this, so I didn't ask you. You must meet him. See him. See how small he is. See how your attention magnifies him. And please, try not to let him upset you. All right?
No, it's not all right. It's a gross violation of procedure, ethics,
Adam, we are here. If we are so sure of our course, we should not be afraid. Go ahead, Miss Gersten. Show to us the beast himself.
Come in, please. Good afternoon, Professor Cooper. Stefanie, please make sure we're not interrupted.
Of course.
Well, Mr. Gomrowitz, I presume. And Mr. Ryberg, both of you in one room. I know I've died, but is this heaven or hell?
Have a seat, Professor.
Thank you, Ms. Gersten.
This is called a discovery. The way it works is we get to ask each other questions. I, as your lawyer, will advise you, but please, say what you want to here.
I see. Shouldn't there be some kind of stenographer present?
What? Yes. We're being recorded by hidden equipment.
You'll never practice law again.
Maybe I don't want to. Mr. Gomrowitz, perhaps you'd like to begin.
Well, I did not imagine that we would actually meet.
Why didn't you accept one of my challenges to debate?
Debate? I would not dignify your rantings with the term.
Or maybe you were afraid to?
Gentlemen, please. Mr. Gomrowitz, why not start by asking the professor about his findings?
I'm sorry. How can I speak to this man about...
Like this. How many Jews died during the Second World War? Go ahead and answer, just as you would in court.
Very well. About 500,000, give or take a few.
But to you, killing just 500,000 Jews wouldn't really be a crime.
It would be if they had been killed intentionally.
Oh.
But there are many casualties in wartime, and conditions in Eastern Europe were terrible, particularly as the Russians advanced. Hunger, cold, internecine strife.
So you do not believe that the Nazis murdered any Jews at all?
Well, a few, perhaps. Partisans, communist spies, thieves.
What about the final solution?
What about it?
The systematic extermination of the Jews of Europe as state policy.
Says who?
Excuse me?
Says who? Not one of the many official German documents concerning the final solution, or in German, die Endlösung, explicitly defines it as the physical killing of Jews.
Then what the hell was it, you Nazi scumbag?
Why, the emigration of all Jews to Madagascar, of course. Everybody knows that. And watch your mouth.
Strange. I don't remember the SS offering a steamship passage to Madagascar.
The Allies refused to allow free German shipping. And as more Jews were liberated from Bolshevik domination in the East, it became impractical.
So then the Jews were spirited to Mars on rocket ships?
No, of course not. The German rocket program wasn't nearly that advanced. The Jews, like many other subject peoples, were assigned to labor for the German war effort. Many were put into camps. You yourself, sir, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Auschwitz and Buchenwald.
So you know firsthand.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do.
So what happened to them?
Who?
The 6 million people who weren't there when the war ended.
The famous 6 million. There are many possible explanations. I'm sure many escaped into the Soviet Union, where the communists hid them for propaganda purposes. Other Jews migrated to America and Palestine, of course, where people had their own reasons for manipulating the count. And perhaps many people, reported dead by their families, chose not to correct the error. A new identity, a new mate found during the war. I'm sure there have been times for all of us when we'd like nothing more than to vanish.
Go on. I'm sure Professor Cooper has much more he wants to share with everyone.
Very well. In the spirit of debate, sir, let me ask. If the Germans wanted nothing more for the Jews than a tropical vacation, then why does everyone who was there, the witnesses, the survivors, and the murderers themselves agree that what in fact happened was that the Germans tried to kill every last one of us and nearly succeeded?
An excellent question. The War Refugee Board.
The what?
In fact, this is my own particular contribution to the field. The story began with the War Refugee Board, specifically, of course, Secretary of the Treasury Henry Morgenthau and his lieutenant, the communist fellow traveler Harry Dexter White.
Did what?
Invented the extermination myth and coordinated its implantation in the media, forged the documents and photographs, dictated the confessions, whatever was necessary.
What about the witnesses?
What witnesses?
The ones who came out of the death camps. My grandparents, for example.
I'm sure many people had terrible experiences during the war. But with all due respect, they're not the reliable sources one requires for true scholarly proof, are they?
Why not?
There's a natural tendency to exaggerate one's own suffering, to demonize a hated enemy. And all the survivors you allude to are, of course, Jewish. What of their bias?
Bias? Towards what?
Perhaps you're on to something here. It is strange that all the people who say that the Nazis tried to exterminate them because they are Jews are Jews.
Well, to be fair, some of them were communists.
What's the difference? But what if I were to give you non-Jewish and assuredly non-communist testimony as to the attempt to murder us?
From whom?
Today I will be a prophet again. What, you do not recognize it? Oh, I'm disappointed. If international finance Jewry within Europe and abroad should succeed once more in plunging the peoples into a world war, then the consequence will be not the Bolshevization of the world, and therewith a victory of Jewry, but on the contrary, the annihilation of the Jewish race in Europe.
Adolf Hitler, the Reichstag, January 30th, 1939.
Yeah, there it is. Professor. He said he would do it. Later on, he boasted that he had done it. And you ask for a credible witness, someone whose morals you do not doubt. I give you Hitler.
Yes. In translation,
No, please.
the word Vernichtung, generally translated as destruction or annihilation, but who knows what he meant in context. Perhaps he simply meant the destruction of Jewish influence. He thought it was pervasive, you know.
Yes, we know.
Besides, leaders say bloodthirsty things in wartime. He was exaggerating, understandable in the circumstances.
Yes, of course.
So, you see, not a definitive proof for your side. But I will admit, and don't let this get around that I said this, that he could have chosen his words more carefully. Please, let us continue. I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying this.
Miss Gersten, I begin to see the wisdom of your arguments. This is no place for me.
I was hoping you'd see it that way.
No, I don't know. We've been very public about this.
You may be one of those young people who believe that there's no such thing as bad publicity. That's a pernicious lie spread by publicists.
To back off now will look like we're giving in.
What would it look like to continue? Is this how you want to begin your career? Cooper versus Ryberg?
But there are allegations of conspiracies, criminal acts.
You tell me what would be more criminal than putting these views on court TV. Whom are you serving? Whom are you protecting?
That's an excellent question. Well, thank you for inviting us. It's been most illuminating.
Are we finished? I don't understand.
I think we are.
But don't I get my turn
You're...
to ask questions? You said that we get to ask questions of each other.
Well, yes, but it's no longer necessary.
I
because
don't care if it's necessary. It's fair.
We might have an agreement here.
I will
Please.
not be party to any agreement until I get my turn.
Let me talk to my client for a moment. I'm sure.
No, he's right. We entered into an agreement as gentlemen and scholars. Proceed, Professor. I have nothing to fear from you.
Glad to hear it. Well, where to start?
Well, you could ask me about my trip to Madagascar.
No. Let's jump right in. In your book, Gehenna, on or about page 85 of the Ballantine paper book, you describe an Allied bombing raid on the Buna rubber plant at Auschwitz I, yes?
You read my books?
Religiously. You say the raid took place in August 1944.
Well, I'm not specific about the date.
I noticed. But you do speak of how you all watched the raid from the steaming confines of the barracks, that sort of thing.
Well, then it was August. What is your point?
Allied records show no bombing raids until December of that year. Please explain the discrepancy.
The discrepancy? We had no calendars in that place. Why should we, huh? So that we would know tomorrow would come? In that place, the future was a threat.
Yes, well, poetics aside, it doesn't say much for the reliability of your account.
I think that's enough.
Look, what happened to me happened. What I saw, I saw. I'm not a clerk. I don't quibble over dates.
Fine, neither will I. Let's talk about Vernichtung, Kellers.
What? What is that?
You say on page 103 that your friend Klivenitz ended up in the gas chamber. How do you corroborate that?
I saw him go. I was there. I was there for the selection.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they sent me to the right, Klivenitz to the left with the weak and the sick.
Mm-hmm.
They took him. 2 days later, to the gas.
But you didn't actually see him go into the chamber.
Of course
so
not.
How do you know, really know, that's where he went? Did you see it?
If I saw it, I would be dead. You know that.
Yes. Convenient, isn't it?
That's it, we're out of time.
I mean, we
Now-
smelled the stench, the furnaces sending the ashes of our families to the sky. The stench was unbearable.
There were rubber plants at Auschwitz. They have a terrible smell.
Rubber! Miss Gersten, I think I have had enough of your client.
But I am not finished. This Clivenitz, he was your best friend, you say, your soul mate in a soulless place.
You are not worthy to speak his name.
You say Clivenitz saved your life. He told you to pretend that you were he, that you, not he, were the trained engineer.
Cliveness was sick. Dysentery. He knew he wouldn't survive. So he told the capo that I was the engineer, not he. So that I would survive and tell our story. Because he knew that someday, some monster like you would try to deny
So
that.
you worked as an engineer, repairing roofs, you
To
say.
deny the crimes against us, so as to commit them again.
What's a mansard? A joist?
What? I don't...
Basic terms? You'd have to know them to convince the Germans you were an engineer.
That's it, that's all. This stops now.
But I've trapped him
You what?
to think he could convince the Germans that he was an engineer. It's ludicrous. I'm insulted. And the bombing, 1,000 other discrepancies. Falsus in partes, falsus in omnibus. False in one thing, false in all.
Are you, sir, calling me a liar?
Of course I am. And worse, a propagandist, a profiteer, and a bootlicker to international finance. Who first approached you, sir? Who bought you off? Told you what lies to spread?
You had no
And
right.
you pretend to be a historian. You win your prizes, you make your sanctimonious speeches to presidents and kings. Well, let me say, sir, we are on to you. We are not fooled by your ridiculous stories anymore. Someday, perhaps not soon, but someday, your great crime against humanity will be exposed, and your kind will at long last be gone, unmourned and unremembered. Sir, I knew you would lie. I didn't think you would try to lay hands on me. Get your hands off me.
They said we were something less than human. I did not imagine that I could ever think the same about another person. I shall fight you, sir, with all the strength left in me.
Well, that was new. Tell you what, Ms. Gersten, if you try to back out of this now, we'll have a press conference, and I'll tell everybody about this little meeting. I tried before to keep you safe from this. Now I want you there, standing next to him, because now you deserve it.
Well, what next, counselor?
Our story continues next time. I'm Susan Loewenberg, producing director of LA Theater Works.